Hello, everybody, and welcome to the top 5 new comics for June 15th and 16th of 2021. I'm, as always, Chris. Let's jump right into this awesome list of books, starting with Venom, number 200. This is written by Donny Cates with art by Ryan Stegman. The short version here is Venom's awesome. The long version is if you have not been reading Donny and Ryan, or Cates and Stegman, however you want to put it, their version of Venom, then this is a terrible place to start because it's the final issue, but it needed to be mentioned because this run's just been spectacular from start to finish. It's just been a great ride, and it's going to be one of these books that we talk about when we talk about great runs by one of the great creators of our time right now, Donny Cates. If people don't know, I'm a gigantic Donny fan, and through this becoming just as big of a Ryan Stegman fan. And what he did with this character in this world is just unbelievable. Like, it made a fan out of me, someone who prior to this was like, oh, Venom's kind of cool, but like, I don't really care. And now it's just like, that was my favorite book for the longest time. And I'm excited to see what Al Ewing has. I'm a big fan of his, but I think both Al and Donny have tough jobs ahead of them switching books here, because both their runs going simultaneously have been just phenomenal. So, but yeah, Venom 200, I am excited for this one. After that, we've got Heroes Reborn, number 7. This is written by Jason Aaron with art by Aaron Kuder and Ed McGuiness. I have loved Heroes Reborn. It's been so much fun to watch Jason basically DCify the Marvel Universe. Watching him take these characters we know and love and twist them and mold them so that they fit under a Justice League-led Marvel Universe has been just a blast. And every issue has been fun. That's the key word here, is fun. I've enjoyed my time with this book. It's been on top of my list every week. It's one of the first books I read, and then it's one of the few event books where I'm like, I need every ancillary book. I want to see everything that happens in this. And that's the success of an event book. And I think what Jason and McGuiness and the rest of the crew here have pulled off is just an amazing book. And I'm excited to see if we can stick the landing with this, and how the overarching story, that's kind of the backup story, is going to come to a head with this. And I think there's one more issue after that as well. But yeah, it's just been so much fun. Really enjoy this book. And after that, we've got Planetsized XMen, number 1. This is written by Jerry Duggan and Jonathan Hickman with art by Art-Pepe Larraz. X-Men for me is, I probably told this story 1,000 times already, but was never a huge X-Men fan either. And Hickman comes on board, and I'm just like, okay, I'll follow Hickman to the end of the earth. I love his work. I love what he does. I love how he builds these epic story arcs that go across hundreds of issues sometimes. He just knows how to really do what comics does best, which is create a world and build stories off of those worlds. And he's done it again so far with X-Men. He's definitely reinvigorated the brand. And what I'm really, really impressed by with this is not just that Hickman comes out and does another great book, but he took over a line, and he brought all these creators in with him. And the two that come to mind are obviously Jerry Duggan and Teenie Howard. And Jerry I was a fan of before, but Teenie's someone that I didn't really know that well as a creator. And I've fallen in love with her Excalibur and the other books she's doing in the line as well. And Hickman's just done this masterful job of like, this is the plan, this is what we're going to do. This is the arch, what I'm looking for the next however many years. and he's brought in all these creators to join him along on the ride. And I think it's a new high for him personally. The fact that it's not just him sitting in a room with a chalkboard with lines everywhere. He's actually got a crew of people, and he's like, this is what I'm thinking, this is what we're going to do. And he's got all these other voices coming with it and how they're going to build their stories into what he's doing. And it's just been phenomenal to watch. But back to Planetsized XMen, we're following the gala here, and this particular issue, this oversized issue, is going to be very critical for Inferno and Trials of Magneto, and some of the other stuff going on in X-Men. So I think this is going to be a critical book for any X reader, and I'm really looking forward to it. It looks like a lot of fun. And after that, we got Radiant Black, number 5. This is written by Kyle Higgins with art by Marcello Costa. I don't want to get too much into this because I'm afraid of spoilers, but I'll say that at the end of issue 4, this whole series has changed. It's not what we thought it was. There's much more going on in this series. And after that big event, that what happens in issue 4, nothing we knew from the previous 4 issues is really... I don't want to say it doesn't impact the rest of the story, because it probably does, but it's just something happens that really changes the story and changes our focus on the story. And I've been loving this book for 4 issues. It's been one of the first creator-owned superhero titles that I've been excited about, that I want to read, I want to pick up, and I want to bring home. And after that issue, it just went in another direction that just gets me more excited. So the long and short of it is, if you can catch up on these last 4 issues, do so. I think that Kyle has a special book here, and if he keeps bringing his A game as he has, this could be a really cool ride. And hopefully it sticks around for a little while, as long as he's got some good stories to tell. Really, really enjoying Radiant Black. And we're going to finish with Nottingham, number 4. It's coming from Mad Cave Studios and written by David Hazen with art by Shane Connery Volk. I haven't talked a ton about Nottingham, mostly because my introduction of Nottingham is different from what I'm sure 99% of the people in this world is going to be. We got a chance to interview David Hazen on my podcast, and not only is David a very lovely human, but he was nice enough to send along copies of the book. I checked it out, and I immediately fell in love with it. It's such a different book, even though at its core, it's like, okay, another Robin Hood book. But that's not what we're doing here. We're following the sheriff of Nottingham in this dark, it's not grim dark, but it's like a dark and messy version of medieval England. And there's been this kind of cult that's killing tax collectors. Kind of what we know to be the Robin Hood story. But the sheriff is the main character here, and he's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And he's not quite sure. So it's got that noir feel to it while still being in the Middle Ages. It's just so well done in every manner. And I love too that he's playing on things that you think going into it. Robin Hood steals from rich, gives to the poor. Sheriff Nottingham, the bad guy, all that stuff. But not only have we not really seen a true Robin Hood in this yet, we've just seen kind of this cult that calls themselves the Merry Men and has these super creepy masks that I love the design on it. If Shane, I believe, did the design work for the book, and he just knocked it out of the park. And the sheriff's journey throughout this, he's not necessarily a good guy, but how he's trying to figure everything out and who he's interacting with throughout it, and the different characters we meet along the way has just been phenomenal. I absolutely love this book. And I'll say, I did get review copies of the book for the interview. Since then, I went back and bought every issue and have just love the series. I'm excited to see how he sticks the landing here. I think he has one more issue after this one. I could be wrong about that, but it's just been so well done. So yeah, check out Nottingham. It's a really, really good series. So that's all I have. 5 books. It was awesome. Everybody, make sure to check out the podcast Fortune Comic News, where this week we're going to be interviewing Jeff Messer to talk about his Kickstarter anthology comic, Sex, Spies, and Rock and Roll. We have a good time talking about some James Bond, some spy thriller stuff, and just comics in general, as always. And we might even have a second interview this week posting as well. So jam-packed with some good stuff on the podcast. And that will also be here on YouTube, so keep your eyes open. Make sure to like, subscribe, share, comment down below, all that fun stuff. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you here next week.